What's going on, y'all? First and foremost, I do want to shout out and thank everybody who's reached out just to check on me, make sure I was safe, or gave me any type of support throughout this whole ordeal. As you all know, I recently had surgery October 15th, and a couple weeks prior to, I learned that I had an eviction against me for the month of June. I assumed after all of the paperwork, all of the orders being processed, the audit of Corella, once that was sustained, I assumed that it was going to go to a hearing, which it did. The hearing ended up being scheduled for October 21st, and it was virtual, fortunately, due to my recent surgery. The hearing starts, judge comes on, they introduce themselves, and the judge is like, Mr. Jason, nobody wants you out of your apartment, yada, 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 whatever. And back of my head, I'm just like, don't gaslight me, because if that was the case, y'all would not be pursuing an eviction on me for the month of June, which is crazy. Crazy, but whatever. So the attorney comes on, introduces himself. He gives me a breakdown on my balance. I think it was like a little over 3,100. I want to say it was like 3,133 or something like that, right? That balance was basically for September and October's rent, and then plus like $1,500 in lawyer fees, right? Lawyer and court fees. So, my current rent amount is $1,095, right? It's $1,095, which has to be paid by the 10th of every month. It's a Connecticut thing. I don't know if it's like a Northeast thing, but I know it's one of the things in Connecticut. If you guys live anywhere like South, because I lived in Georgia before, I know you don't have that same flexibility within being able to pay your rent. But in Connecticut, we have until the 10th to pay our rent without any late fees. So my $1,095 has to be paid no later than the 10th. And then what they did was split the $1,500 lawyer fees up into four-month payments. So at the end of every month, starting November, I have to pay an additional, I can't remember the exact number, but it's almost $400. So I'm going to say an additional $400 at the end of the month. By the very last day of the month, that has to be paid in order for me to be eligible to become a tenant in good standing and not have a eviction in my name, right? Still very frustrated about this whole situation. Nothing has yet to be rectified with my gas bill, and that balance is now damn near $1,800. They ain't cut me no check. They still didn't switch the gas to their name. So I'm gonna let them have their way with this situation. But come March, we gonna handle this shit how it need to be handled for real. This shit is just beyond me, bro. Like, working with certain people in like this leasing off, or not the leasing office, but like the property management, they are trash, bro. They are terrible. So I even ended up getting the owner of the property. I ended up getting his number from a guy that lives upstairs from me, because him and I have had multiple conversations about the things of this apartment and the property management and stuff like that. I ended up getting his number, called him, briefly gave him a rundown, and was like, look, you got people in your leasing office telling me to expect a check from you. And I said, and I guarantee you have no idea of what's going on in this situation. So again, I give him the rundown. He goes, oh, well, let me touch base with them and see what's going on. I'll get back in contact with you. I haven't even heard back from this man, and it's been like a week, right? So let me tell y'all a little bit about where I'm from, right? Hartford, Connecticut. I know it's probably a good amount of y'all that are from Hartford as well. Slumlords out here. That's what you got. You got slumlords. You got niggas that just want your bread and they don't want to do nothing. They don't want to rectify nothing. They don't want to fix nothing. They don't want to do no maintenance. They don't want to do shit, right? So when I picked my apartment itself, I like it, right? It ain't the greatest apartment. It ain't the most updated apartment, whatever the case may be. I like it, right? I don't mind my apartment. And even where it's located isn't terrible. Like, as far as violence and whatever the case may be, drugs, and I'm not going to say that I'm not. I'm obviously, I'm in Hartford, so it's around. But I don't have, like, shootings going on in my street. I don't got crackheads walking up and down. I don't got all of that, feel me? So the area that I'm in, it's fair. I'm going to say, for it to be in Hartford, I'm going to say this is a fair area of Hartford that I'm in right now. So, But a lot of the landlords, property management, and all of that, they don't want to do nothing but take your money. They don't want to do nothing but collect that rent every month, basically. So that's just the situation I'm in. It is very stressful and draining trying to fight this, all while just trying to do the things that I got to do day to day. So, like I said, I'm gonna let this play out, and then whenever I plan and prepare to make my exit from this, we gonna handle the things the way that they need to be handled. And I'm coming for everything. I'm coming for everything because it's been a hell of a year in this apartment, more so due to my neighbor. I have literally probably complained about this man and his loud ass music like multiple times a week. Multiple times a week. I don't care if you want to listen to your music, bro. Listen to your music, but I don't need to hear that shit in my apartment. And for every time I do, I'm recording a video and I send it over to somebody in the leasing office. Mind you, this is me in my apartment, sitting at my table in my kitchen, and that's how loud I can hear his music in my apartment. So again, it ain't like I'm just complaining over a little bit of noise. That's how that shit would be whenever he wanted to play his music. This nigga literally would blast his music like he got a club going on in his house, right? That's unnecessary. Again, I'm not saying don't listen to your music. I have no right to tell nobody don't listen to music in your apartment. But your shit don't need to interfere with what the fuck I got going on in my shit. You feel me? That's it. I have literally been dealing with this shit since I moved in my apartment, right? Now, mind y'all, before I even started like making complaints to the leasing office, I knocked on the dude's door, right? Knocked on his back door. First knock, regular knock. He don't come to the door. Next knock, he come to the door. Yo, bro, why you banging on my door? Why you banging on my door? I said, because you couldn't hear me when I knocked quietly the first time because your music too fucking loud. I said, can you please turn that down? This nigga sized me up. He sized me up. He did that little, I'll do the same shit back. Fuck you looking at, my boy? He like, yo, you know where you at? You know where you at? I'm looking around. I'm like, nigga, I'm in my motherfucking apartment where I pay rent at. He like, I'll turn it down, but he's like, if you want quiet, you gotta move to like Manchester or Cheshire or some shit. So I look at him, I say, I'm paying rent here. Now, I'm asking you nicely, turn the shit down. I don't need to hear it. He like, yo, bro. He was like, it's not even that loud. It's not even that loud. He said, I'm gonna show you the speaker that I got. Y'all know them big ass outdoor JBL speakers that you would bring to like the beach or like a pool party or some shit? That's what he bring to the fucking door. I got the mini JBL speaker. The shit you could probably put in your fucking pocket. That's all you need in an apartment, bro. It's an apartment. To show a little bit of respect to your neighbors, bro. So you can be mad all you want, but I'm gonna sit there and complain every fucking time. So the shit that pissed me off with that is it's in the lease that the property management is supposed to provide a peaceful environment. And it's also a lease violation or a breach of your lease if you are not being peaceful and quiet in your fucking apartment. Now, Hartford does have like this whole like little quiet law where it's basically like after 10 p.m. you basically, all that noise shit gotta go, right? 10 p.m. it's like, yeah, I get it. It's a rule because it's nighttime, whatever. I still think the 10 p.m., depending on if it's a school week and shit like that, I feel like that's a little late. And I'm not speaking for myself. I'm just speaking for the parents out here that got kids. They got newborns. Kids got to go to school. And motherfuckers got to go to work, boy. If y'all ain't peeped by now, lack of consideration is like my top pet peeve, bro. To me, that makes you a disgusting ass human being if you do not know how to be considerate for other people around you. You are a trash ass person, and I don't give a fuck. You are a trash ass character if you lack consideration for other people. And there's a whole lot of that in Hartford, bro. That shit be blowing mine every fucking time. Every fucking time. Like, but anyway, that's beside the point. Like I said, I did try to handle the situation myself. Be nice to the dude, bro. I don't got no problems with you. I just don't want to hear your fucking music in my apartment, nigga. Like, I be having yo, it's times where I can't even handle a 5-minute phone call if he got his music going. I can't concentrate, bro. I get overstimulated and I struggle with anxiety. All right. So hearing all that noise, imagine you've been out at work all day, had a hard day, you dealing with noise all day, dealing with noisy people and just the bullshit. You come home, you want to relax, and you come home to this nigga having a fucking party next door. That shit made me want to kick his fucking door in every day. Like I said, I'm gonna let this shit play out, but we gonna handle this shit in the end, for sure. But again, that's neither here nor there right now. That'll be content for another day once I am attacking that situation. Right now, I'm just trying to make sure I have no eviction in my name and I take care of everything that needs to be taken care of within these next 4 months, properly and on time. As far as everything else goes, surgery, any update regarding that, I am back I'm not doing Lyft this time, but I am doing Uber, and I am going to continue Let's Get Lifted. I was trying to figure out a way to switch it up because being that I'm not doing Lyft anymore and I'm just doing Uber, but I'm going to keep everything the same. It's still going to be Let's Get Lifted. So far already, even without having the Let's Get Lifted flyers up and all of that, I've had real good conversations with people. I did finally get clipboards too. To be able to put the waiver sheets on here, so that way it's easier for people to sign the waiver. Like I said again, with surgery, pain-wise, the pain has been at a minimum. I'd say on a scale from 1 to 10, it hasn't been any higher than like a 4. There's like the nerve pain, it comes and goes. I feel it more if I like move or like bend sometimes a certain way. I'll get it kind of like in my hip a little bit, and then like right under my glute, my ass cheek, because the nerve runs right through there. So but again, it's not bad. It's never anything over a 4, which I'm definitely grateful for, because y'all know how them first couple days went after surgery, man. I thought I was finna be up out of here. That pain was no joke, boy. That pain was no joke. I appreciate all of y'all for staying tuned. All of y'all who have checked up on me, again, to see if I needed anything, or for those who have just been there and been very supportive, gave any type of support. I appreciate y'all the long way for sure. Stay tuned for some more content.